Welcome to the channel Collectibles or Junk. This is episode 41 of cleaning out my collectibles. Have here a container labeled newspapers and magazines for keeps. So these are magazines and newspapers I thought I'd hold on to because it might be worth something someday. And normally I go through these boxes live with you. However, I gotta confess, I did go through this box last week because I thought I already went through it, and I didn't go through it. And I decided to go through it with you now just because there's some pretty cool things in here. So let's get things started. Some 1998 uncut sheets, some promos. These are actually from 1995, from I believe the St. Louis card convention. These are from 1997. A-Rod. Bought this Eric Lindros photo for $11 along with Doug Gilmore. And these guys were I think my gas station. Actually, no, maybe not gas station. I don't know where they're from, but 1999 Fleer uncut sheets. See, the top one's got a little messed up. The glossy got stuck to. And pretty cool things to have. Got Jeter, Kerry Wood, who was the man. The Home Run Kings, Asterisk, Rookie of the Year from 1998. A Chipper, A-Rod. So a pretty cool thing to have. I don't know why I thought I got from a gas station, but it's from somewhere. Maybe a Rapper Redemption. I have here some Pogs. Shaquille O'Neal Pogs. Classic. Did them during his rookie year. This LSU uniform. Pogs were at the craze, 93, 94, 95. A little comeback year for them. Pretty cool sheet. Bunch of rookies from the 93 draft. A-Rod on there. Drew Bledsoe. Garrison Hurst. Chris Webber. Some other stars. I'm a big fan of uncut sheets and wax boxes with cards on them. It's not really something you see much of. His Reggie Bar box. Excuse me. Got a little cold. But, yeah, football season's done. My Eagles won the Super Bowl. Here on a Sunday, my daughter fell asleep watching the preseason game, the spring training game, I should say, the Phillies. It's the worst time of year for us people that have bad basketball and bad hockey teams that they follow. Sixers aren't doing nothing this year. Flyers want to make the playoffs, but not contenders. So we are stuck in purgatory until baseball season officially starts. Some pretty cool things in this box related to baseball and whatnot. And check this out. Some Derek Jeter stuff for you. And before I get to Derek Jeter, here are some 2009 All-Star ballots. Yeah, I thought this was a good find. Here's one from 2002. But when I went on eBay to check out if anybody's selling them, someone's selling 1981 ones for $1.75 free shipping. So, you know, I thought I had a little something, and of course nothing. But this is a pretty cool thing. I was a front row dealer as a kid. Had a lot of front row cards. And there's a Rapper Redemption for this uncut sheet. Uncut sheets were like the craze of these companies back in the day. And Derek Jeter was on there. And also a signature rookies. So unfortunately this one's not signed. But oversized Derek Jeter card. And those are two brands based out of Pennsylvania I really liked. Got introduced to by a friend Mario in 7th grade or 8th grade. He was a dealer. Recommended me to be a dealer for front row. Because that's how they got the company kicked off. Was attracting young dealers. And yeah, it was a cool experience. Here's a Seattle newspaper of Russell Wilson winning the Super Bowl. I have an uncle who lives out in Washington State. Ironically, he's putting his house up for sale this weekend to move out of Washington State. But he sent me a lot of good stuff from there because last 17 years in Washington State. So if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm a big fan of cereal boxes. Some cereal boxes I saved over the years. Some good ones, some okay ones. Cereal boxes aren't really worth much. But still, I hold on to them because you never know. So, 1992 Yogi Berra. Some King Griffey Jr. to 98. Tony Gwynn. And then this was a good cereal. I used to eat this cereal like crazy just to get the boxes, but it was really good. Wheaties Feel. I don't think they make it anymore. These are all the Albert Pujols ones. I have some with Peyton Manning on them. Forgot who the other athletes were, but anyway. So Kobe Bryant magazine. So these are magazines I decided to hold on to over the years. I thought would be worth something. It's got Kobe Bryant there. Got the last program of the New Jersey Nets. We're now the Brooklyn Nets. We beat my 76ers yesterday on a tip-in. My father was a Cleveland Indians fan for some reason. I mean, diehard Philly fan. Philly in all four sports, but he fell in love with the Cleveland Indians in the late 80s, early 90s. So used to get stuff mailed to him from there back in the day. There's some magazines, newspapers. I was a big Villanova fan as a kid. So Kerry Kittles being drafted by the hometown Nets was cool. Everybody loved Ken Griffey Jr. back in the day. I had a chance to go to Mariner Stadium, whatever it's called, back in 2008. And also got to see San Francisco Giants play out in San Francisco back in 2008 as well. So here's my newspaper collection from the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa home run race back in 1998 again. We were all duped into following that. Kevin Wood was so exciting. 20 strikeouts in one game, a one-hitter. Darn shame he got hurt. He should have been a Hall of Famer. I was hoping he'd be used more as a closer later in the years and could get in as a closer, but it just didn't happen. So I had tons of these newspapers back in the day. I mean, I loaded up on the ones where McGwire broke the record. And they just ended up being worth nothing because of the steroid thing. Some guy bought some stuff off me on Facebook a while back. And I threw in those newspapers, the duplicates, I should say. Because here are the solo copies I have now. But, yeah, I loaded up on Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa stuff, thinking it'd be worth something. I'm sure most people did. They were into collectibles back in then, late 90s. Some junk wax era, kids. Excuse me. And it didn't last long as Barry Bonds passed them out a couple years later, 3 years later, I think. I have all these newspapers. Randall Cunningham, the Vikings. That was a special year for him. Here's a newspaper, special one. Cal Ripken Jr. Breaking Lou Gehrig's record. Got this newspaper. Ricky Henderson steals 939. Nolan Ryan, no hits, number 7. So, 2 big records, milestones on that day. Back in 1991. So, here's the newspaper. That was just a sports page. Pretty cool. A-Rod was a phenom before he became a dud. Pat Ewing retiring. I don't think he ended up with the Knicks, did he? Didn't he go to Toronto or something like that? But bought a bunch of those newspapers. So here's Ichiro. Taking baseball by storm. And a great one retiring. Joe DiMaggio passing away. A lot of Yankee stuff growing up in Jersey, North Jersey. My mother's family was all Yankee fans. I was a Philly fan. But I always liked the Yankees, a lot of Yankee stuff. Funny thing is, my 6-year-old little girl is a diehard Philly fan, and she saw I had a Derek Jeter bobblehead out, and she told me to take it down. She flipped out and told me no Yankee stuff. She asked me to watch the first spring training game yesterday. It wasn't on TV. So I put the one on today, and she fell asleep. For some reason, a Philly fanatic. Either way, some pretty cool Yankee stuff. Mickey Mantle's like my dad's favorite player as a kid. You know, he was a Philly fan. His dream was to see the 1964 Phillies play his New York Yankees, and that didn't happen because the 64 Phillies collapsed. Something Philly fans from that day are haunted by, even if they're still alive to this day. So Derek Jeter, Yankees hit king. You're one of the few people out there that really value newspapers. I have tons of newspapers, tons of magazines. Just don't seem to hold their value very well. A-Rod number 600. A-Rod signing with the Yankees. Or being traded to the Yankees, I think. Remember Imus? Oh boy. So Rizzuto passed away. So again, I had family in Seattle and then family in Arizona. They really sent me Arizona things. Travis Lee. It's supposed to be the next big thing. Wasn't. This is cool. I numbered at a number 127 to 350. It's maybe worth something if he ended up being a star, but ended up being a dud. 24 karat gold cards, but a little fad back in the 90s. Front row to signature rookies to other companies. You think gold would have more value, but I don't know. So again, Travis Lee, probably from the post office, $6 photo. So, what else we got here? We have some Barry Bonds stuff. Probably the GOAT, but I never get that crown because of the steroid use or potential steroid use. Right? Never was found guilty. So, Outkast, my favorite rap group of all time. Even though I grew up in Jersey, I'm East Coast pretty much to the core, except for Outkast. So my dad was an Indians fan. I don't know how. Actually, I do know how. My dad was in love with pitchers, and they had the staff of Tom Candiotti and Greg Swindell. He just liked them for some reason. The Metro Stars, now the Red Bulls, went there the inaugural year. I think it was 96. That's right there. I was going to say 94. But 94 is the World Cup in the USA that got everybody excited for soccer. The MLS started in 96. My dad lived by Trenton. Went to a lot of Trenton Thunder games. So again, went to see the Diamondbacks the inaugural year in 98. So some, just a bag with Derek Jeter on it. So upper deck bag, I think. Yeah, flare bag. Just a Star Ledger, Derek Jeter thing. Here's front row. Old catalog. Calendar. Herman Yogi Berra. Old baseball calendar from 1990. So, Eric Lindros. Big Eric Lindros fan. When the Flyers let him go, I stopped following hockey. I'm trying to get back into it, but, you know, sticker books were a good thing in the 80s. So, ironically, I went to ALDS game and ALCS game of the Yankees with a friend of mine who was a diehard Yankee fan. He treated me because he wanted to go. And little did I know, they're going to beat the Phillies in the World Series that year. So, that sucked. Here's the yearbook from our trip to San Francisco. My dad and I drove from LA. Saw Dodgers. Did we see a Dodgers game? No, Dodgers Phillies was with my wife. I can't even remember. I don't remember if me and my dad went to the Dodgers Stadium. I don't think we did go to Dodger Stadium. We went to LA and then drove up to San Fran. See a San Francisco Giants game. Then drove up to Seattle. See my uncle, and we all went to a game together. But this is an old Hudson News bag, which it has some young Bryce Harper stuff in it. So I made a short on this the other day, and my daughter loved the short because she loves Bryce Harper. She's very upset that he didn't play in today's game. But a lot of hype for the kid. I mean, he was 16 years old on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And, I mean, I guess he lived up to the hype a little bit. I mean, you know, he's didn't put up Mike Trout numbers, but he's been a star, you know. I know, very controversial because he's very immature when he first came up and, you know, has done some questionable things. But he's a solid player. Injuries kind of hurt him a little bit. So Whitey Ford, one of my favorite musicians. Star Wars prequels came back out. Eminem, probably my favorite rapper. Which I hate saying out loud because I'm a white guy, and, you know, white guys saying, oh, Eminem's the best. I didn't say he's the best. I say he's my favorite. But, you know, big Wu-Tang fan. I hate to be stereotyped, but it is what it is. Rocky IV program. Got this in the movie theater, I believe. Some wrestling magazines. I was a big Pee Wee Herman fan back in the day. Got some Life magazines, 1990. More Wu-Tang stuff. More Eminem stuff. These are oversized magazines that I held on to over the years. Biggie and Pac passing away. Ironically, Biggie's mom just passed away this weekend. Hopefully she could finally rest in peace. Magazine with Eminem in it. Early Eminem. Spin magazines from 1999. Bon Jovi program. Before I got into hip-hop, I was a big Bon Jovi head. Leah. #1 issue of ESPN magazine. With 3 young studs on it. And Slash Stewart never really lived up to his hype, but had a pretty cool career. And of course, some more newspapers. New York newspapers, it looks like. Derek Jeter's last game. And yeah, that's it. So, Irabu, supposed to be the man. I loaded up on his newspapers, man. Oh my god, I loaded up on them. Sold quite a few, even though he didn't really do much. Didn't live up to his hype. I did sell a lot of them. So a lot of fans of Hideki Irabu. And that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. Collectibles or Junk is the name of the channel. Cleaning out my collectibles is the episode number 41. If you liked what you saw, there's 40 other videos like this with a bunch of shorts. Check them out. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.